In the last classes, we are discussing about the additional features of VR model and types of keys, like maybe what is a primary key, what is a candidate key, what is a super key, what is a composite key. Am I right? So at the same time, we are discussing about the views also, views and joins also. So those are very important in the exam point of view. So we try to actually we are almost completing the 3 units. Why? Because just only we are having only 2 topics. So that's why I try to repeat from the first unit. So why? Because maybe so for example, if the mid time table is there, so we can't do anything. So that's why I try to repeat from the first unit in this week. Okay. So after the completion of last classes, then I will continue the new sessions. Okay. So please try to cooperate with me. Okay. Okay. Now I continue my session. So in the last classes, so in the case of first unit, we are discussing about the database management system. Introduction to the database management system. What is a database management system? So we're already completing this unit. So just to try to revise the topics. Okay. We try to discuss within a fast manner. Why? Because we're already completing all these topics. Okay. Okay. So what is a database management system? So database management system is nothing but the collection of interrelated data can be managed into the tables according to the user requirement. So that is the definition of the database management system. It is a software to provide the easier access to the users to read and at the same time insert the data. Okay, read and retrieve the data. Okay, read or maybe insert or retrieve. So whatever it may be operations of the users, those type of operations are easily performed. So when we are based upon to the DBMS. So just to try to see now. Okay, overview of the database system. So a database is a collection of data, typically describing the activities of one or more related organizations. So that means here we are consider any one of the organization. For example, so our college is a one organization. So in this type of way, we can consider anything. So on that organization, so we are collecting the data. Okay, so that can be referred as a database. So for example, university database might contain information about the following. So which type of information is maintained by the university? So how many students are there, how many faculties are there, how many colleges are there, right? So how many courses are provided from the university? Okay, how many classrooms are there? So this type of information is available in the university also. Okay, so for example, entities such as students. So here we are consider the entity. So we already discussed what is an entity in the last classes. What is an entity? Actually a thing or object in the real world. Okay, so which is having the attributes that can be treated as an entity. Okay, student is an entity. Why? Because student is having so many attributes. So what are the attributes for the students? So student number, student name, age, marks, address, phone number, like this. So all these are the attributes of the students. So that's why student is an entity. In the same way, faculty is an entity, course is one entity, classroom is one entity. Now what is the relationship between these entities? And such as students enrollment in the courses, faculty teaching the courses, and the use of rooms for the courses. Okay, to conducting the classes. So in that type of we are collecting the data according to that organization. So database management system or DBMS is a software designed to assist in maintaining and utilizing the large collections of data and the need for such systems, as well as their use and growing rapidly. So that means here we are used like as a one software to design, assist and maintaining and utilizing the large collections of data and the need for such systems, as well as there is growing rapidly. So that means here, so when we are handling with the large data or huge amount of data, so one of the best way is using the database software. Why? Because so that will be provides easier interactions with the software. So we can easily insert the data and we can easily retrieve the data. So we can easily retrieve which is required to us. For example, if the results are released from the university, so then simply we are enter our number, then press the enter, then we can see our result. So that means actually university having so many students and so many colleges and so many courses, but we can easily identify it with the help of database application, right? So a DBMS is a collection of interrelated data and set of programs to access those data. DBMS is a system which allows inserting, deleting, updating the database. So that means these are the operations of the database. Okay, the primary goal of the DBMS is to provide a way to store and retrieve the database information that is both convenient and efficient. So that means the main goal of the DBMS is to provide a way to store and retrieve the database information that is both convenient and efficient to the end users. So that means in the case of end users, those type of users not having the programming knowledge. Even though those type of users not having the programming knowledge, they can easily interacting with the software to retrieve the data. I'm right. At the same time, so they can able to manipulate the data also. So that type of the things will be done when we are based upon to the DBMS. Okay. DBMS is the program that organizes and maintains the information and database application, the program that makes it possible to view, retrieve, and update the information stored in the DBMS. Okay, so it will be organizes and maintains the information, and database application is the program that makes it possible to view. So in the last class also we are seeing about the view, am right? So views are nothing but to providing the which is required to the user. Only that type of data can be formed from the more than one table. So in the last class we are creating one view. So how we are creating the view from the employee table and the department table, we can forming another table or view. So view is also same like as a table. So which type of operations are belongs to the table, in the same way view is also having the same operations. So in the last class we are seeing about that. So create view, view name as select and required fields from the table name. And if anything is need, then we can mention the condition also. Then view is created. Then how we can open the view? Create sorry, select star from view. Am I right? So same like as a table. Am I right or not? Okay, so what is the main purpose of view is it supports to the external level abstraction. What is the external level abstraction? The same database will be provide different types of views. For example, we are consider the student database. So then we can consider student number and student name is a one view. Student number and student name marks is a one view. Student number, student name, marks, address is a one view. So that means even though it is a same database, we can provide different types of views according to the user requirement. Okay, so that type of the level of the abstraction is can be referred as a external level abstraction. So and the following softwares are used to maintain the database. Okay, Oracle is one of the software, Microsoft Access 2000 and Fox Pro by Microsoft, DBase and V by Borland. So and Paradox by Borland. So and we are having Oracle 11. Okay, and so whatever it may be the database, here we are using the SQL is the common. Okay, SQL is a common language in each and every software. So MySQL is also there. So in this type of we are having so many things. So every day I'm showing to you Oracle 11. Okay, Oracle Kanji, sorry, Oracle Kanji. Okay, so what are the applications of DBMS? For example, in the exam point of view, may be asking the this sorry. For example, in the exam point of view, if the question is asking like this, then you can write any number of pages with the help of DBMS. Why? Because so many applications based upon to the, so that means application means where we are using the functionality of the DBMS. For example, if we are going to the DMart or maybe a Reliance, so or maybe whatever it may be, some marts. So maybe here we are maybe there are those type of products selling through the application of the DBMS. Am I right or not? So they are not having any type of the programming knowledge. They simply scanning the particular item through barcode. So then automatically it will be performing the calculation. How it's possible? So through the database application. If you are going to the library, simply scanning our book and performing the either issue or return. Am I right or not? So how it's possible? But if you are observing the pupil, they are not having any type of the programming knowledge, but they simply interacting with the software. So even though we are not having any type of the programming knowledge, we are having the Gmail accounts, Facebook accounts. I'm right or not? So how it's possible? This is also one of the database application. So that means when we are based upon to the database application, so the end user feels comfort to performing either retrieve or maybe inserting the data or updating the data. Okay. So if you are consider banking application, so banking, in the case of banking application also they are login through their thumbs or maybe some password. So next they are performing some daily transactions, either maybe credit to the account to some particular account or maybe debit to the particular account, or different types of transactions in the bank. So all those are also done efficiently through using the applications of the DBMS. So which type of information is maintained there? So how many number of customers are there and what are the balances as on today? So as on the day. So that means here we are maintaining the details about the transactions. Okay. So next one, in the case of universities. So in the case of universities also here we are maintaining the information about students records and college details and course registration and grades. So each and everything is maintained in the university. So in the same way, airline reservations, so DBMS is used for reservation and schedule information. Okay. And railway reservation and finance and telecommunications, so sales, credit card transactions, human resource, whatnot actually. So we can consider so many applications. Okay, we can, if, for example, if the question is asking in the exam point of view, so we can try to explain first of all what is the DBMS. So what are the advantages of DBMS? Then you can try to include the applications. Okay, how we are using that application in that organization. For example, in the case of railway reservation, so how we are using that. So we are already know about that. How we are reserving the trains. Am I right or not? So when you are going to that interface, so initially asking the dates. So in which dates you want to be journey on the train? Am I right or not? So first of all, we are selecting the dates. Next, we are selecting the train. So next, we are selecting the class, whether it is a super class or maybe ordinary or AC. Okay. So whatever it may be. Then if you click that, so if the seats are available in the train, then it will be show. So otherwise, it will be shows the waiting list. Am I right or not? So in this type of way, you can try to explain some of the applications detail. Okay. For example, if the question is asking in the exam point of view. So okay. So another thing is, so this is the important topic. So without this question, maybe the question paper is not there. So definitely. So that is file system versus DBMS. If you know about this topic, you can answer 3 questions. So first question is, what are the differences between file system and DBMS? Second question is, what are the advantages of DBMS? Third question is, what are the drawbacks of the file system? Okay. So first of all, we try to see what is the DBMS. And DBMS is nothing but a collection of interrelated data can be managed into the tables according to the user requirement. And file system is a collection of raw data files stored in the hard drive, whereas DBMS is a bundle of applications that is dedicated for managing the data stored in the database. So that means file is nothing but a belonging to the secondary storage device. We also know about what is the secondary storage. So I think we are studied in the CO subject. So primary storage means, so it is a temporary storage, and a secondary storage means it is a permanent storage. So files are belonging to the secondary storage devices. And another thing, file is a collection of records. Okay, and another thing, so in the case of file processing approach, so definitely the end users having the programming knowledge. Otherwise, they are not able to easily accessing the data. So that means, so if you want to access the data, definitely that end users having the programming knowledge, and it will be performing the, so consuming a lot of time to perform either insert operation, delete operation, update operation. So whatever it may be the operation, so definitely it will be consumes a lot of time and needs lengthy of the code. So that means, so we are not able to write the code. So definitely the end users having the programming knowledge, and it will be consumes a lot of time. But if we are comparing the DBMS, we are already seeing the last classes how we are creating the tables, how we are inserting the data, how we are retrieving the data. I'm right. For example, if I want to, for example, display how many students having the greater than 70% is. Okay, then how I can write the query select star from students where average greater than or equal to 70. Am I right? So that means if I write the query in the single statement, so it will be giving the statement within a time. So that means it will be consumes very little bit of time. For example, if I want to change the query, so for example, I'm changing the condition. For example, who are greater than or equal to 70 at the same time. So maybe they are belonging to the Eluru. For example, this is my condition. So then I can easily insert that. So that means simply modifying the required conditions. So that means we can easily giving the support for to the end users, and these SQL statements connected with the front end. So these type of queries executed from the front end into the end users. So then end users need not using that type of the query also. So we're already discussing about different types of users. Am I right or not? Sophisticated users. Okay, naive users. What is the meaning of naive users? Which type of users not having the programming knowledge? So those type of users are referred to as naive users. Am I right or not? So that means even though those type of users not having which type of users not having the programming knowledge, they can also able to easily access the functionality of the DBMS. So all these are the we can say easily. So that means without knowing about the differences, actually, we can easily answer the questions. Why? Because DBMS is very easiest subject. Please remember this. We can easily answer the questions, but the asking the questions in the indirect way. You can try to read a number of times, then you can easily answer the question. So in some type of situations, maybe asking how you can use the DBMS in real-time applications. But the actual question is, what are the applications of DBMS? I'm right or not? So that means asking in a different type of way. Okay. So this is very easiest subject, and please try to refer in your free times. And this is the one of the core subject in this semester, and this is the it will be decides your future also in some type of situations. Why? Because so this subject may be and each and every time you will be faced in the interviews or maybe in the competitive exams. Okay, or maybe if you are going to the further studies also, then also you can face this subject. So that means this subject is very important, and with this subject you can build your life also. So it will be decides your future also. So better if you having the time. So even though I'm not giving a total full clarity about this subject, so better you try to learn some extra topics related to this subject. So many projects are developed by the with the help of DBMS. So we can develop new softwares. We can design some solutions in the real time situations. So we can build some softwares for some particular small business. Okay, small business applications. We can build some softwares for the schools or colleges according to our requirement. So that means so many projects we can easily develop. So better you try to pay some attention in this subject. Okay, so I will try to explain one project. So definitely. So but you try to cooperate with me. I will try to explain in one project also. Okay, anyhow, whatever it may be. So now the topic is, so what are the differences between the file system and DBMs? So now we try to see. It is integrated system used for managing the digital databases, which allows the storage of the database content. So please wait 1 minute. So file system is a collection of raw data files stored in the hard drive, whereas DBMS is a bundle of applications. So that is dedicated for managing the data stored in the database. So that means in the case of file system, if you are storing the data, that will be stored into the secondary storage device. In the same way, DBMS is also storing the data in the secondary storage device once if it is committed to the disk. Okay. So it is the integrated system used for managing digital databases, which allows us the storage of the database content, creation, maintenance of data, search and other functionalities. Both the systems can be used to allow the users to work with data in a similar way. A file system is one of the earliest way of the managing data. So that means before using the database application, we are based upon the file system or file processing approach to maintaining the data. So, but the due to shortcomings present in using file system to store electronic data, Database management systems came into the user sometime later as they provide mechanisms to solve the problems. But it should be noted that even in a DBMS, data are eventually stored in some sort of files. So that means, so in the case of DBMS, also storing the data in the files, but we are not based upon the file processing approach. Okay, we try to see the differences or disadvantages of file systems when we are compared with the DBMS. Okay, first of all, the first difference is data redundancy. So what is the meaning of data redundancy? Duplication of data. So that means the same type of data or the same copy of the data is existed in several locations. Then what happened? So then definitely it will be occupies a lot of space. For example, in our phone, so maybe the similar photos or similar videos are there. Then what we are doing that? So we first of all we try to delete that. Why? Because to maintain to cover the space. In the same way, in the case of file processing approach, so we can't able to identify so whether the data is existed or not. So that means maybe the chance definitely the same copy of data is maybe existed in more than one time. So it will be creates a lot of problems. So we can't retrieve our required data according to our situation. Okay, so this is the problem. So that's why we try to avoid the redundant data in the redundant data. Okay. So in file management system, FMS means nothing but file management system. Okay. In FMS, as various copies of same data resides, the same information is duplicated in several files, indicating the redundancy. So that means waste copies of data, which leads to higher storage and access cost. So that means it will be leads to higher cost and it will be leads to a lot of time to retrieve the data. So these type of problems are occurred when we are allowing the data redundancy. So next, data inconsistency. So just I'm explaining about the file management system. Okay, in file management system, data redundancy leads to greater problems than just wasting the storage. That is, it may leads to inconsistent data. So that means we can't able to access easily. So it will be providing the inconsistency, right? Same data which has been replicated at several places may not match after it has been updated at some places. So that means, so maybe, for example, maybe the same type of data is existed in more than one location. So it will be creates a lot of the problems. Okay. So next, difficulty in accessing data. So in file management system for generating ADHOC reports, the programs will not already be present, and only options present will to write new program to generate requested report or to work manually. So this is going to take impractical time and will be more expensive. So that means here, so it will be creates a lot of problems. So that means, for example, if we want to retrieve, so who is the number 10? So for example, I want to retrieve the details about whose number is 10. So for example, if we are allowing the redundant data, the same number is assigned to more than one person, then how I can retrieve the particular details of that student? Am I right? Am I right or not? So that means when we are allowing redundant data, we can't retrieve our required data easily. So that means accessing the so nothing but here we are providing the difficulty to accessing the data. So data isolation, the name is implies here, data is separation. Okay. So in file management system, data is scattered into the different formats and different locations. It is difficult to write new programs to retrieve the appropriate data. So that means when we are storing some data into the files, it will be stored into the one location. In the same way, if we are storing some other data, even though it is related to the previous one, so that will be stored into the another location. So that means we can't retrieve the different locations of the data at a time according to the user requirement. That is the problem. So that means here maybe the chance of occurring the data, nothing but loss of the data. Okay. Next one is the integrity problems. What is the meaning of integrity? So we're already discussing about the integrity constraints in the last classes. So what is the use of integrity constraints? Those are used for inserting correct data into the database. Am I right? So integrity are nothing but, so those are, integrity is nothing but a constraint. So that means one condition. So before inserting the data, first of all verifying that condition. For example, Primary key is a one constraint, integrity constraint. So when we are entering some data into the database, first of all, it verifies whether the same type of data is available in the table or not. If it is not, then only it will be allowed. Am I right or not? So that means integrity is nothing but a one condition. Okay, remember this. So in the case of file management system, so we are not easily insert our required conditions. So that is the integrity problem. Okay, when we are not maintaining the integrity, so then we can't maintain the efficient data and correct data. Am I right or not? Then we can maybe the chance of occurring, maybe the chance of occurring the nothing but maybe the chance of occurring the uh, errors in your data. Am I right or not? Okay. So if you are observed here in file management system to develop the new consistent range in the existing system, the appropriate code must be added in various application problems. So that means here we are not allowing the transfer to adding the new conditions. Concurrent access. The name is simplest. Here, when we are allowing more than one user at a time, so that type of the thing is also not possible in the case of file management system. If you are allowed, then maybe you are not able to giving the guarantee about the existing data. So maybe the chance of occurring the loss of data. Okay. So in file management system, when more than one users are allowed to process the database, if in that environment two or more users try to update the shared data element at about the same time, then it may be result into inconsistent data. So that means maybe the chance of data updation, data deletion, data modification. Okay, so whatever it may be, the situation is happened. So that means we are not able to providing the security for the data. For example, if we are seeing your results in the from the university database, so then we can allow any number of users at a time, but the we are giving the security for the data. Am I right or not? But that type of the thing is not possible in the file management system. So next one is the atomicity. We are already discussing in the last classes. Atomicity means either consider all operations or not consider any one of the operations. So that means if the task is completed, then consider all operations of the task. If the task is not completed, so then any one of the operation is not considered. So for example, we want to deposit some money into our friend's account through phone pay. Okay. So for example, if we want to send some 1,000 rupees from your account to your friend, maybe the chance, maybe the situation is like this. Maybe amount is deducted from your account. Okay, that is one part. So the deducted amount is added to the your friend's account. So that is second part. Am I right or not? Here consider two parts. One part is deducting 1,000 rupees from your account. So deducted amount is added to the your friend's account. That is two parts. For example, if the first part is success, but if the second part is not success, are you agree this transaction? So obviously no. Am I right or not? So in the same way, we are not supporting the error transactions. So that means in some type of situations, maybe that type of thing is possible. So those type of transactions are not considered. So that means consider if that operation is successful, then consider all operations. If that is not successful, then not consider any one of the operation. There is nothing but atomicity. So in file management system, on subject to the failure of the computer system, it is crucial to ensure that the processing data are restored to the consistent state that exists prior to the failure or not. To change must be atomic. It must be happen entirely or not all. So not at all. So that means it will be considered either total or not at all. So we can consider either all operations or we are not consider any one of the operation according to the situation. Okay, please wait. Just wait a minute. Okay. Okay. Up to now, we're discussing about the some of the drawbacks of the file management system. I'm right or not? Okay. Now we'll try to discuss some other one: security and access control. Okay. In file management system, we are not able to providing the security. But in the case of database management system, we can provide the security. So how we can provide the security means you should be enter the username and password. Okay. So each and every time before I'm login, I'm using system slash connect system slash manager. I'm right or not? System is a username, manager is a password. Okay. So that means so here we are allowing the users to identify with the username and passwords. And at the same time we are able to giving some permissions, read permissions, write permission, and execute permission. So if we are giving that permission only, the user can able to do the operations, otherwise not do anything. Okay, so that means in the case of DBMS those type of facilities are available, but in the case of file management system, so the type of the thing is not possible. So in file management system, database should be protected from unauthorized users. Okay, in file management system, database should be protected from unauthorized users. Every user should not be allowed to access every data, since application programs added to the system. For example, the payroll personnel in a bank should not be allowed to access accounts information of the customers. So that means if we are not allowing the security in the data, so then maybe the chance our data will be deleted or maybe modified, so or maybe updated. I'm right or not? So these type of things are possible when we are not providing the security. And if you are giving the access for each and every user, so every user can able to performing the manipulations. So in the university results or maybe the bank accounts, I'm right or not? So the type of the thing is also not possible in the file management system. So whatever it may be, we are discussing the drawbacks up to now. So those are the actually advantages for the DBMS. So if we are observing from the first drawback, so first one is data redundancy. So actually redundant data is not allowed into the DBMS. Okay. So data inconsistency. We are not allowing, if you are not allowing the redundant data, then not occurring the inconsistency, and it will be providing the accessing the data easily. Why? Because we are not allowing the redundant data, and here we try before entering the data, we are verifying the data. So whether it is correct or not. Data isolation. So here also we occurring the separation. Okay. So for example, each and every operation of the database will be treated as transaction. Okay. So if you are book some item in the some particular online shoppings, so then so definitely we will receive one ID. So that is transaction ID. I'm right or not? So that means here, so here also we are maintaining isolation of the transactions, but we can combine so those type of transactions according to our requirement. So that is possible. So there is no chance of occurring the loss of data. So we can view the different tables of the data into a single table. In the last classes also, we are using view and using foreign key and using joins. So we can combine more than one table into a single table. So even though it is a different table, am I right or not? So in the same way, integrity problems, we can easily change our conditions. So in the previous example also, I'm changing the average greater than or equal to 70. At the same time, we can change that condition average greater than or equal to 60 also. So we can easily changing that. And concurrent access, we can allow more than one user at a time to performing the operations. So the type of the thing is also possible. So in the case of DBMS, atomicity, so that means not consider if it is a error transaction. Okay. So if it is a successful transaction, only consider all operations. So there is nothing but atomicity and providing the security and identifying that user is. So maybe here we are using some DBA, database administrator. So he is the person to regulate all the users. So whether that user is authorized or not, and whether he is doing that operation or not. So he is controlling everything. So yeah, in this type of we are providing the security, and all these are the advantages. When whatever it may be the drawbacks of file management system, so those are the advantages for the DBMS. Okay. Now we try to discuss about the advantages of DBMS. So data independence. So that means data independence means even though you are performing some modifications in the lower levels, those are not affected to its upper levels. Okay. Application programs should be as independent as possible from the details of data representation and storage. The DBMS can provide abstract view of the data insulate the application code from the such details. So that means it will be providing the abstract view. What is the meaning of abstract view? So that means it will be giving the summary of the data. So we can provide the same data into three types of ways. We already discussed into the levels of abstractions. So in the case of physical level abstraction, where we are storing the data, how we are storing the data. So in the case of logical level data abstraction, what type of data is stored and what type of relationship is with the existed data. So in the case of actional level abstraction, which type of view is view to display the data, and right or not. So efficient data access and data integrity. Data integrity means we can easily insert our new conditions or constraints. Integrity constraints such as unique account number for each person should be identified. Data may be updated incorrectly. If integrity is not maintained, so we are not easily accessing the data. Security is also there. So one of the advantage, less redundancy, data sharing, concurrent access, reduced application development time. So that means here, so reducing the time to developing the new applications. So we can easily develop the applications with the lowest lines of the codes. Okay, next one is here. We'll try to discuss the topics from the next class. Okay, so I will try to cover cover. So I will try to do the revision in this week. Okay, so don't try to anyone feel bored. Why? Because maybe so if I'm doing the revise the classes, so it will be helpful in the mid sessions. And if you having any type of the doubts, you will be clear. Okay. Uh, now you now I try to end my session today. If you are having any type of the doubts, you can ask me now. If you having any type of the doubts, you can ask me now. And please wait here 1 minute. So I will try to take the attendance. If you having any type of the doubts, you can ask me now. So I will try to take the attendance after the completion of class every day. Okay. So someone is asking something. Okay. Yes, sir. On the mid exam. So we don't. Oh, we can't say clearly why, because at present the situation is, if we are not maintaining the attendance in the proper way, you will be face so many problems. For example, if your attendance is less than 75%, so then you are not allowed to the next class. Okay, if it is less than 64, definitely treated. Okay, please remember this. Please, all of you try to attend the classes without fail. Okay, my end the session now. Thank you, one and all.